A very good afternoon to you and welcome to your lunch primetime news. Let's start off with a look at the headlines.
Opposition MPs from the SLFP call on the President. 4 wild elephants enter the Kirinda town. Strike action launched by train engine drivers called off. Customs seized over 300 million rupees of foreign currency so far this year that was to be illegally exported. US issues a worldwide travel alert for its citizens in response to increased terrorist attacks.
The Sri Lanka Freedom Party parliamentarians in the opposition met with the President for a discussion today. The discussion took place at the Presidential Secretariat. At the SLFP meeting, which took place yesterday with the President, opposition MPs from the SLFP requested for a separate meeting with the President. Sri Lanka Freedom Party has decided to vote in favour for this year's budget at the meeting held today. The decision on the budget by the SLFP MPs in the opposition will be decided at today's meeting. It has been reported that 4 wild elephants have strolled into the Kirinda town in Tismaharama. According to our correspondent, the 4 wild pachyderms had arrived early this morning from the Yala National Park. The strike action launched by locomotive engine drivers has been called off. The strike action was initiated to protest against an incident where an engine driver had been allegedly assaulted in Ragama last evening, as well as an incident of alleged obstruction of duties of several railway personnel.
The Railways Control Room said around 16 office trains had been cancelled due to the strike. Our correspondent said that during that time only 2 trains were functional at the Gampaha and Ganemulla train stations from 6:30 am to 8 am. However, Newsfirst inquired into the situation at the Colombo Fort railway station following the end of the strike action at 9 am today. Locomotive Operating Engineers Union Deputy Secretary Indika Dodangoda said the strike action was called off following an undertaking given by the Railways General Manager to take legal action against the passengers who carried out the alleged assault. Our correspondent stated that the passengers were unable to report to their workplaces on time due to the strike, with passengers pointing out that they were severely inconvenienced as a result. Train services along the coastal line, Kalani and main roads were hampered due to the strike action. The strike was carried out in protest against the alleged assault on an engine driver in Ragama last night. The assault had taken place after the train was halted in the same stop for a long period of time. When investigations were conducted, the engine driver stated that he was unable to function the train due to illness. However, the passengers who had claimed that the driver was under the influence of liquor had acted in an unruly manner, leading to a situation where several trains were unable to function. Police media spokesperson ASP Ron Gunasekara stated that the engine driver was later taken and handed over to the judicial medical officer. It had been revealed that the driver was not under the influence of alcohol. The police media spokesperson added that the engine driver was 70 years of age.
Today is the 3rd day of the second reading of the budget for the year 2016. Minister of Finance Ravi Karunanayake presented the budget 2016 on Friday. Stay with News First as we will have a comprehensive report on the parliamentary proceedings on our primetime bulletin. In other local news, speaking at an event in Galle, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa commented on the 2016 budget.
Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa attended a religious event held in Guru Singhagoda Deeparama in Ampegama. They provide subsidies for fertilizers when subsidies for tea leaves, cinnamon, rubber and paddy are slashed. Vouchers are provided instead of school uniforms. We do not know how this will benefit the people. The dollar is depreciating, and when the dollar is on the rise, the rupee depreciates. Over 2 weeks ago, the prices of certain goods were increased, and in the budget, those prices were reduced. If you compare this with the Mahinda Chintanaya's future vision, there is only an increase. I believe that those who voted for change will feel the change.
Professor O.G. Dayaratna from the University of Peradeniya expressed his views on the 2016 budget.
The parliamentarians may look at this from a political standpoint, but that is not how we look at it. We are looking at it from an economic standpoint, and it is clear that it is a budget that meets our long-term development goals. Due to this, there are important changes to be made with regard to the economy, as this budget does not seem to meet the immediate needs of society. There are various issues. However, it is on top of these problems that the budget will still have an economic future.
The Inter-University Students' Federation commenced a walk this morning, citing several demands. According to our correspondent, the walk that commenced this morning from Mavanalla had reached the Utuvankada area in Mavanalla. Sri Lanka Customs states that it had seized an amount of over 300 million rupees of foreign currency that was to be illegally exported so far this year. Customs spokesperson Leslie Garmini stated that there were 39 such attempts to move foreign currency illegally abroad thus far this year. He added that a special investigation has been commenced on the rackets surrounding black money and money laundering. And that's a wrap of your lunch prime time news. Join us again at 1:55 for more of the latest. I'm Aishwarya Pinto for News First.